Hey guys, welcome back for another video. This is going to be a Cardano ADA update video. We've got some really exciting things to share with you in this one. It's been a little while since we touched on ADA. You guys know I have a long-term investment thesis for ADA. I really do believe that Cardano is here to stay. And just as we see crypto gain in adoption, and sort of, develop, Cardano is very much going to be a part of that. It's shown us that thus far. It's actually 7th in terms of coin market cap, overtaking XRP, and is going to be here well into the future. And I have a very long-term investment thesis for Cardano. I actually think, and I was thinking about this earlier, I really see Cardano having a real impact in the developing kind of world, certainly in regards to, onboarding the next lot of users. Cardano's always gone after adoption more than select few big players with money, and that's kind of how they look to entice the big money into this ecosystem, is through adoption and through, instead of a few people providing it, the many collectively. So it's a fantastic blockchain. We're going to cover this. We're going to dive straight into the VASIL update and really talk about how the hard fork is now confirmed. This is great news for dApps. This is great news for the Cardano ecosystem as a whole. We are going to be getting into the price and talking about, look, are we going to see a pump into VASIL? Thus far, we've said it doesn't look that likely given the environment we're in. I think we could see one, but it's not going to be of a spectacular magnitude. And I think, for me, long-term, very, very bullish on crypto. In the short term, I think we're in a recessionary environment. And I think in an environment when people need cash, it's not the wisest thing to be in assets that people are going to sell to get that cash. It's black and white for me. Markets are driven on liquidity. We do daily cryptocurrency market updates where we talk about really the macro, but, very correlated that you can see money supply goes up, assets go up, and this is Cardano against M1, which is the US money supply. So let's get straight into it, guys. We're going to talk about ADA finance as well and touch a little bit on the ecosystem. This is the VASIL update. So the date has been confirmed following the successful completion and extensive testing of all core components, plus confirmed by community readiness. Today, we are announcing that on the 22nd of September for the VASIL hard fork upgrade on Cardano mainnet. VASIL is the most significant Cardano upgrade to date, bringing increased network capacity and lower cost transactions. The upgrade will also bring enhancement to Plutus to enable devs to create more powerful and efficient blockchain-based applications. So Plutus is kind of the script that's used to create smart contracts on Cardano with a Haskell language. And there are upgrades coming. This is a big sort of hard fork, really for developers, really for the Cardano community. The Cardano ecosystem, I should say. Many of the dApps that we have looking to launch on top of Cardano have been waiting for the hard fork, so they have that kind of increased throughput. And essentially, we've got the likes of Jed coming, or Jed, however you choose to pronounce it. I think this is going to be huge. Algorithmic stablecoins coming to Cardano are really going to push and drive the ecosystem. We've also got borrowing and lending actually coming before the hard fork on the 13th of September. This is extremely significant. We've covered ADA Finance a few times. They are a project that I think will do quite well. Let's continue to read on. We've been tracking well against all three metrics. So essentially, we've got 75% mainnet blocks being created by the final VASIL node candidates. So we are my stake pool, the all-in stake pool. Anybody that's looking for a stake pool out there, we are on node 1.35.3. So approximately 25 exchanges upgrades, so 80% of ADA liquidity, and top 10 dApps by TVL confirmed readiness. So all the dApps already running are ready. I know that there was some issues with Coinbase in regards to them actually going ahead and doing the upgrade. Or being slow to it. I also know through my community members that some people have had issues actually withdrawing ADA from Coinbase, but they will get this fixed, and we are looking like, the 22nd of this month, roughly 18 days away is when we're set to have the hard fork. And then we're really going to see, I think, the implications of this after. We'll relate it all to the price at the end, guys. This is a significant undertaking for the whole technical Cardano community. So in the past 24 hours, we've polled members of the SPOs and dApp community, and they've given us full confidence they will be ready for VASIL on the 22nd. I'm included in that. And then it goes on to talk about some of the things it's going to bring. I mean, this is fantastic. Prior hard forks that we've had, we've always seen some sort of a price increase, or I shouldn't say always, in a bull market. You know, this was a hard fork day. We also had a hard fork day over here. And then, of course, we had Alonso, which was the last one that sort of kicked off this downside. So we do have a hard fork coming, and we'll just actually mark that on the 22nd of this month. We're on a weekly chart here. Let's drop down to a daily. So in a short succession of time. We've also got the Ethereum merge. People may want to get the sort of airdrops that come with that. And we've got Atom 2.0 taking place. So I'm kind of conflicted. I actually think potentially you may get some sort of a rally across the board. And Cardano will actually probably do better than most and maybe outperform quite a few other projects out there, given the news that it has. Certainly if you look at it against BTC. So maybe you do get some sort of a rally. But really, for me, going back to my sort of what I mentioned at the start in terms of an environment that we're in, you know, you've really got to ask yourself, does the risk outweigh the reward? And there's two ways of looking at that. Long term, are you a long-term investor in Cardano? Do I think in the next 5 years, Cardano's price is going to be higher than 50 cents? Absolutely. I genuinely believe that. But for me, it's all about looking for a sort of optimal entry and preserving the capital that I do have. I made a video earlier talking about how there's serious concerns with, I have a serious concern in regards to the economy. I think we are potentially heading for some sort of a March 2020, 2008, 2000s event. But go and watch that video. It doesn't have to happen, but that is a risk that I don't think people are quite accounting for. I do see further downside for ADA. Could it have a rally in the short term? Potentially. The issue that you have with the back end of that is that the price typically will sell off after the actual event. So are we going to have a sell off on the 22nd, 23rd, maybe even going into it potentially? Really, Cardano in terms of prices at the behest of the overall cryptocurrency market. As a blockchain, and this is what I mean by the fundamentals really do not drive the price. The price is just driven from basic supply and demand. And the fundamentals for Cardano as a blockchain have never been so strong. This is a huge milestone, the VASIL hard fork. I actually think Alonso was probably one of the most significant, although they're all significant, whether that be the sort of staking or a Boris integration or whatever that may be. They're all very significant, but this is massive. And we've got ADA Finance, which will be the first lending and borrowing app on Cardano to go mainnet on the 13th. So this is going to be really, really interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see, assets being locked up, liquidity being essentially added as a result of this because you can borrow against it. You've also got the NFT bond concept that these guys bring to the table. It's going to be very, very interesting. And then we're going into VASIL. After VASIL, we are, I believe, going to see this ecosystem really flourish. We've seen, just like every other ecosystem, quite a drop in TVL. This is simply as a result of, again, people pulling money out of markets, people sort of predicting that they're going to need the money down the road. And Cardano won't escape that. But this ecosystem is really going to flourish and grow. So far, 12 dApps registered on here with the VASIL hard fork, with borrowing and lending, with the likes of algorithmically backed stablecoins. So it's fundamentally, Cardano's never been in such a good place. The price doesn't reflect that. That's just how it is, guys. Markets are markets. You really need to look at this as an asset class. But do we see that rally potentially? My worry is, do we then see the capitulation that follows that? For me, I actually think you are going to get an opportunity at 30 cents Cardano again, within the 30 cents kind of range. I do think that's very probable. We do have lower targets, but we're not putting them out there until we get there. And that's really not based on ADA as a blockchain, but my overall thesis on where I think the cryptocurrency market is heading. Let's take a look at this, guys, because this is really significant. I mean, this fills me with a world of joy. You can see that Cardano is actually 26th in terms of the top branding and the intimacy, so the kind of reaction and connection with it. And you can see 26th here. Bitcoin is 30th. That's saying something. And I've always said this, one of Cardano's secret weapons is its community. It's not really a secret weapon, well-known weapon is its community. It has one of the most loyal, fierce, and sort of zealous communities behind it that I've seen. It really is like a cult. And I'm saying that jokingly, but they are very, very sort of, the people who hold and are part of that community are very, and I'm included in that, I would say, very passionate about this blockchain. And that's how it should be, guys. So that's really all I've got for you in this video. We are still running a stake pool. We are supporting the VASIL hard fork. Let's see what happens. It's really, again, with Cardano's price, it's really very determinant on Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin does well, and Bitcoin looks weak to me, for those of you that don't watch my daily market update videos, well worth a watch. We try and give you a good, well-rounded view, not just of the crypto market, but the kind of markets around us. We look at all sorts. For me, it's very dependent. Bitcoin looks weak. It's very dependent for Cardano to have this kind of rally on, you know, if Bitcoin does well. If Bitcoin starts tanking, ADA will roll with it. And people always ask, okay, why when Bitcoin goes down, do altcoins go down? There's a number of reasons. Liquidity is kind of in a shared pot there, and also think about how many algos you have running on a day-to-day basis. In regards to trading a 24-hour market, it's kind of levered up like that. So we could see a push, potentially maybe back up to the 60-cent range, but I think it will eventually fade. I do think that there is going to be a huge demand driver when we have the likes of Jed, when we have the likes of borrowing lender and lending, for Cardano actually getting locked up and not hitting the market. The issue is does the supply through people selling sort of counteract that? This is the thing that I'm trying to sort of work out. So this was just a Cardano update. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Really exciting news about the 22nd of this month. We may do, and let me know in the comment section if you want a live stream for looking at the blocks for when VASIL actually officially goes live. We may do that live on YouTube. Let me know in the comment section. If you've enjoyed this content, like is always appreciated, so is a comment, and I look forward to seeing each and every one of you in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Have a fantastic Sunday.